Well, hello. It's about 4:30 p.m. and we're in Hong Kong at the Hyatt Regency Sha Tin, close to the Chinese University of Hong Kong. At the end of this little show, we'll show you some video out the window behind these curtains of the view from where we are. And so I'm Donald Wunsch. I'm the Mary K. Finley, Missouri Distinguished Professor of Computer Engineering from Missouri University of Science and Technology, and serving as chair of the IEEE Computational Intelligence Society History Committee. And in that capacity today, I'm interviewing Professor Jun Wang. He's an IEEE Fellow and Pioneer Award winner, one of the most accomplished Chinese scientists in the field of neural networks, who works here at Chinese University of Hong Kong. So Jun, thank you very much for agreeing to this interview, and we'll be enjoying some tea throughout this interview process. So anyway, Jun, please tell us a little bit about your formal education and training.
Oh, I graduated from my hometown university called Dalian University of Technology with my bachelor degree and also master degree. Afterward, I went to U.S. Case Western Reserve University, and my PhD there.
At Case Western, very good.
Cleveland, Ohio. Yes.
Okay, and what was your first job in engineering or science?
Oh, I see. I have a complicated history because in China, that time we have a cultural revolution. After middle school, I had to be in countryside, a farm for a few years. And then afterward, I was in a company in China for a few years before I went to college. So a company actually is an engineering company for construction, so I did some work for a few years. And afterward, after my master degree, I stayed at the university as an instructor for actually 9 months before I went to U.S. So, instructor of the electrical engineering.
What company was it that you
Our company is a construction company,
Okay.
for building. That was my first job related to engineering before my farm work.
And so, was your master degree also at University of Dalian?
Yes.
And is that where you worked
Yes.
as an instructor as well?
Yes, right, for 9 months, yes.
Okay,
Before I went to U.S.
And you're in a mechanical engineering department now, but you were an instructor in electrical engineering.
Yeah, my whole undergrad degree was electrical engineering.
Oh,
actually,
okay.
Control, automation. But somehow in here, I'm in the mechanical and automation engineering. I'm in the automation part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some mechanical engineer professor, but I'm not that.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any mechanical degree.
So you're the automation, and so your doctorate in Case, was that also double?
Systems
engineering.
But now it's part of EECS.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. You told me that yesterday over dinner. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
very good. What about your first job in science or engineering in the United States after the doctorate?
After my doctoral degree, I found a job at University of North Dakota as an assistant professor. I was promoted to associate professor afterward. There was, I have a teach many courses on, circuits, to circuits, digital circuits, and also, electronic circuits, and also robotics, many things.
Wow.
All related to engineering.
Got to reach behind the curtain for a lot of water for our tea. Excuse me a moment. So you, sorry about that. So you taught quite a few courses at the University of North Dakota, including robotics.
Yes.
So then, what happened to? I know that China was very involved in bringing back Chinese nationals to China for a while. Is that what happened in your case?
No. In '95, I came back. Actually, I went to come to Hong Kong. At that time, Hong Kong is still under British rule.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just how I have an opportunity. I had a conference in Guangzhou. Actually, I passed by Hong Kong. I have some of my former classmates teaching at Chinese University of Hong Kong. So I said maybe it's good to take a look at this I joined them afterward. So that's 95, before handover. 2 years after, Hong Kong handover back to China. I'm still
good.
here, almost 20 years.
Wow, good, very good. Wow, okay, so fascinating piece of history from the Cultural Revolution to the British Hong Kong, to the Hong Kong handover, and of course a lot of exciting things happening even today. So, what got you interested in studying engineering or science?
Okay.
Actually, hold on. I've got a question before that I was supposed to ask. What was your first paper published, and in what publication?
Oh, that first paper, journal paper was in actually 90, the year I graduated. I have a first paper in International Journal for Production Research, but that's not computational intelligence. So we have a project on tooling, actually machinability, funded by industry for my PhD research. So that paper published for the machine tool, actually the cutting tool, the life, we call machinability index.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a paper published in Production, International Journal of Production Research, I think 90. Evaluation tool life and many things, machinability and so on.
And how about your first computational intelligence related paper?
Actually, I started this research, in 87 or maybe earlier. I went to US in 86 actually. So first paper actually published, journal paper published in 91, I think. Also related to manufacturing. Actually, I remember is quality assurance, sampling plan by using, simulator annealing and algorithm to find the best choice of the sampling plan for quality assurance. That was a special issue on neural networks on manufacturing.
Wow.
I think edited by a professor at the University of Missouri Aurora at that time.
Oh, okay.
Dagley.
Probably by Dagley. Okay,
right.
very good. Okay, he's a good friend of
That
mine.
was a special issue published earlier in 91.
Oh, good.
Neural networks for manufacturing.
Well, you've had quite a pace of journal publications since 1990. I know the number's well over 100. How many journal papers do you have now?
I know about 180 something. Yeah.
180. Wow, that's really impressive. So, so what persuaded you to study engineering or science in the first place?
First of all, I grew up from a campus, now studying University of Technology. I graduated from there. Actually, my father was a professor there in civil engineering.
Oh, good.
So I have an environment, actually, everybody is, at that time, most of, people grew up on campus, when I was young, I used to go to my dad's lab. That's actually material science.
Wow.
I know the environment, so I was quite fascinated by that. So that's maybe to get started.
Okay.
And also in 82, after the revolution, Cultural Revolution, I went back to college. So China, that's called that time called modernization of Chinese society. Engineering is technology is needed.
Back in favor under Deng Xiaoping.
Yeah, probably that the first choice for engineering. My second choice was medicine, but the first choice is engineering.
Oh, good. Oh, great.
Yeah,
So clearly your father was an important influence. Were there some other important influences in your early trajectory to become a student and move into a career in science or engineering?
I think my father and also the environment. I grew up on the campus. Actually, my home was inside the campus.
Yeah, so the family, friends would have been professors and students.
All classmates, children, professors there in different departments. So we have quite the environment.
Good.
So we still keep in touch. So sometimes that's good. Maybe that helped me to decide to more to this area.
Well,
engineering.
That's very good. Well, I'll drink to that. Yeah. Well, so you mentioned already that you got interested in computational intelligence in the late 80s and had that first journal paper in 91. What triggered your entrance into computational intelligence?
Yeah, we have one of my mentors at that time is Professor Johann Paul from HK Western. I took some course with him. One was is adaptive pattern recognition. Actually, he's teaching neural networks in the course. He has published a book a few years later. During the course, he had a manuscript not ready to publish. But we learned a lot from the beginning. I think that's 87 or 87, yeah.
That book was very famous when it came out because it was one of the first engineering textbooks in neural networks. I remember that.
Yeah, he's one of my mentors, so I learned from there. I started from, that's a good field. To move in, it's quite exciting. So that's I started. Actually, I attended first IGCN in '89 in Washington D.C.
Oh, good.
From there, I'm almost every IGCN. If I'm not there, my student will be there.
Oh, good. Very good. Very good. And so that answered one of my other questions about your first computational intelligence related activity. So I guess it was that initial IJCNN. Well, so one question that not all the people that we interview are recipients of the Pioneer Award, but you are. And so one of the questions that I ask Pioneer Award winners is, what were some of the challenges that you faced in the pioneering research in getting to that point?
You mean in early time?
Yeah.
Early time, exciting field. Many people jump in. That time, yeah, so, we don't have full textbook. Only some manuscripts, many papers. Yeah, really, the direction. We find a good direction to move. There are many directions to move, many applications. I remember IGCN 2089, first one, second one. Lots of people there. And also many people in industry. Yeah, it's difficult to determine which is best choice. Many claims, many tries. Yeah. So, but also of course it was some people left after a year. But some still die hard.
Yeah.
So still keep on. I've been here for more than 25 years since then. So
Yeah.
Keep on. So some people, of course, come in and out.
Right. Of course.
Yeah. We need a guard. We need some persistence to stay here.
Right.
And work on it. So that's the some of the sometimes we have low tide. We always need to see the future. To persistent to keep on the research.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, good. Well, so of course you've made many contributions in the process of doing those 180 journal papers. What contribution gives you the greatest satisfaction?
Oh, that one is hard to say. And actually, so far I have not, satisfied completely. But some of work I feel okay, yeah, satisfied. For example, 5 years ago, I think, 4 years ago, I published a paper alone, my last single author journal paper. So there I actually, work on the data selection. We had proved finite time convergence, and also found many applications for sorting, filtering, and later on also data retrieval. So that we can still work on that. Actually, many following up work.
So that was in 2010.
Yes, right.
And where did you publish that?
TNN.
Oh, in TNN.
National Neural Networks. Yeah.
What was the title? Do you remember?
Let's say design and analysis of K-winner take-all networks.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Very good. Okay. So 2010, K-winner take-all. That's a good one to look up. All right. So what do you think that the impact that the Computational Intelligence Society or either the IEEE CIS or its predecessor society, the IEEE NNC or IEEE NNS, or the International Neural Network Society, what impact do you feel that these societies have had on you?
Yeah, this society is a good, very good community. I have been around for this community for 20 some years. So it keep us, provide a platform for us to get together and to grow, to share information, to meet, and also, so we have, also encourage each other to keep on research some information exchange, so also, share the information. So this is a very good community. I like it. I have been here for 25 years. I keep on for all the rest of my career.
Almost all of us owe this community for the opportunity to meet each other. You think about all the friends that you've met in the field, and almost all of them you meet because of the existence of of one or another of these societies.
Yes,
so
yes.
so it's really important.
Right.
Oh well, how about the other way? What impact do you feel that you've been able to make on on any of these communities?
Actually, I started some voluntary work for this society. Not too much, but maybe some community work. I was lucky to be the general chair of the HB 2008 World Congress on Computational Intelligence. That's the biggest event I ever organized in Hong Kong, 2008. We have 1,700 people here.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably the biggest involvement for the CIS community.
And it was a very successful conference. I think that one of the reasons that you were picked for that was because you had already been very successful organizing some other conferences in China, particularly the ISNN. The one in 2006 in Chengdu that I attended was really well run.
Yeah, that's smaller event. Yeah, that was started from 2004. We have the university president of the Dali University of Technology asked me to organize something, so I come for the first ISN in Dalian actually, and then keep on until now.
Yeah, that's still continuing. It was just a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. The first time in Hong Kong and Macau.
And where will ISNN be next year?
Next year will be in Jeju Island in Korea.
Oh wow!
So, looking forward. I have never been there, so maybe some.
Wow.
Korean involved.
Great, excellent. So, how do you envision the evolution of computational intelligence core technologies, neural nets, fuzzy logic, evolutionary computation, any of the computational intelligence core technologies, and do you expect any confluence of these technologies or any new entries?
Yeah, hybrid intelligence is very important also. Now we have some technology in neural networks and also fuzzy logic controller and for the also recently we have a lot of industry interest on the deep learning for Google, for Google, Microsoft, and also some other company, and also I think the fusion with the technology is quite important. For with technology around, for example, for this some new technology like memory store, we can play a very important role in neural computation and also brain-like research. So especially the recent news about the Hewlett Packard for the machine could be a big impact from industry and also from academic point of view.
Yeah, I think that whether that project succeeds or not, I think that the changes in memory technology are going to be transformational with regard to computational intelligence.
Yes.
So you're absolutely right about that, in my opinion too. Do you predict any scientific or technological breakthrough involving computational intelligence?
Yeah, we are at the age of the change, or maybe not a revolution. We have a lot of new things to come on in recent years. For example, deep learning I mentioned, big data is also introduced to our area, and also the machine, this memory is based on computational device facility. So based on the machine, and many things will happen. I think in the next 10 years we're going to have a lot of change. So CI can play a significant role there.
Good.
For as a computing paradigm or method, we can quite be involved.
Good.
Yeah, we have a lot of opportunities and also challenges also.
Very good, very good. And just in general, do you have any final comments that you'd like to make about your career, about the field in general, or advice to future generations? Or?
Yeah, I think we are in the golden age. 20 years ago, 90, I remember that time I said this is golden age. That time I was young. But now I think it's still golden age.
Yeah,
we are
even better.
maturing, yes.
Yeah.
We have a bright future. We have, as I said, many industry involved with machine learning and CI project, like deep learning and big data, and also the memory based neurodynamics. We're going to have a lot of technology not available before. So in the next 10 years, we're going to have big change. And the research also, we need to keep on the research, tighten with the technology industry. So and also, the brain research, also is the big thing into CI. So in the next 10 years, I think it's a big change. We're going to keep on. So especially the young generation, they have a lot of work to do to give the future better.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's a very bright future. And speaking of bright future, we're going to show you a bright present right now. We're going to show you where Jun Wang works and lives. So it really is beautiful here. This is the view. We're looking towards his home, actually, the orange-looking buildings across the bay. And we can't see it, but just to the right is where his university is, and so the building's blocking that a little bit, but he works very, very near here, and looking back this way, just is a very nice view there too of the mountains and the bay, and so we're in a really beautiful part of Hong Kong where Jun Wang lives and works. And I've visited him quite a number of times here, and it's always been a wonderful time. And as you can see, today's just a gorgeous day, this 20th of December. And so we're going to go back to enjoying it. So thank you very much, Jun.
Thank you.
And okay, I'm signing off.